we'll let her know.
Do we have a quorum? What is a quorum?
3.
Okay,
For a 5-person.
thank you. First of many questions, hope you're ready.
Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock on whatever day this is, May 18th, 2026, and I call the meeting to order. Will you please have the invocation?
If you'll join me in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for meeting us here today. Lord, we just ask for your blessing on this council and this board as they make decisions for the future of this great city. Lord, we thank you for watching over our city, our state, and our country every day, and just ask for your continued blessings as we move forward this week. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Alright, say remain standing, please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty. The city police conduct roll call.
I'm sorry, let's see, roll call. Chairman Zizer.
Present.
Ms. Mullins is not available today. Dr. Roberts
Here?
and Ms. Benson.
Here.
And Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Okie dokie. Next item up, we have the approval of minutes. Please take a few minutes or seconds, each of you. And the board will entertain a motion to approve the minutes or amend them as needed.
I have a couple questions when
course.
you're ready for me.
I'm ready for you right now.
Okay, the consent agenda, number 5 in the minutes dated the 20th. Dr. Robinson amended page 203 to strike a summary of her position on 50-50 split. That's exactly correct, and I thank you for that. I did mention though, and I'd like to add to this, to the minutes, that we have been presented with no evidence that a percentage other than 50-50 is of benefit.
I'm just taking a note real quick.
I see that. Thank you.
Present evidence that 50-50 is what?
The 50-50 split, we've been presented no evidence. Okay.
It's true.
And then, so there's no, the movement of the needle, we've yet to learn the purpose behind the movement of the needle. Then the public disclosure, does Mr. Wiggins or Wiggins Construction own land in the city that is impacted by the work that planning and zoning does?
Yes,
Yes.
And can you tell me what those are?
there is a parcel that's over by our Sunrise Park. It's a planned unit development called Sunrise Estates.
Okay.
That has been approved, and then there is, I'll call it several vacant parcels or a group of parcels kind of back behind the Hardys or north of
The Brooklyn Boys?
we call it Fox Run area. There's it's on State Road 21 behind Hardee's, that strip area there, or north of Brooklyn Boys Pizza
Right,
area.
thank you.
That's that area.
And what are the sizes of these two? Any idea? Substantial?
The
Acres?
size? Yeah,
50 acres maybe?
Yeah, I'm not 100% positive on the total acreage, but yeah, it's substantial.
Okay.
And he also owns the adjacent properties outside of the city limits as well.
All right. Okay, thank you. And then, I don't know if now's the time to make this comment, and you can redirect me, whomever. I'm happy to be redirected. We've been asked for comments on the comprehensive plan, for submittal of written comments on a number of occasions, and understanding that we're sending them directly to the staff and we're not including anyone on the board intentionally. I mean, sometimes people make mistakes, but that's certainly not intentional.
Right.
In my belief, it's not intentional. I think that other people's comments on the comprehensive, other people within the board's comments, within those requests for, within those actions, within those documents, within those responses to changes, I think they're important to the work of the board. And I would like actually to see the other board members' comments. And I would like for that to be public record so that I can see what the other board members are thinking, so that I understand. And an example.
I understand. What I'm going to ask, and it's not a personal question. We submit here, because that's the workflow that was recommended.
Right.
They correlate the data. You had your issues you wanted to go through, which is fine. And then they correlated the data. Now it's supposed to come back to us as an amended document that we're to read, understand, review, and approve. So you will get that document back.
That, yes, and I appreciate that, my request is there are suggestions, there are changes.
So you want to see the submittal?
Yes,
Oh.
I'd like to see board members'
Okay.
submittals so that I know what's being incorporated and what's not being incorporated, so that the juices can flow in my brain.
I
Because it's
understand
not
what
a
you're saying.
secret, that's not a secret.
No, it's not a secret. You're 100%.
But it's outside of
Appropriate.
our information chain.
Mr. Chair, what I would recommend, I'm not trying to, I'd say, I recommend we get through the minutes and any
No,
changes to
we
the
are.
minutes. And then I'd recommend we bring this up as a motion,
I
in the
agree.
action item area.
I'm running about four scripts at the same time.
Okay.
Because I understand what she's saying, and she does have a valid point. We will address it later on in the meeting.
Thank
Would
you.
be my recommendation.
And I appreciate that because I knew that it was likely not in the space, but it was on my list, so I wanted to bring it up, so I appreciate that. City
Okay,
manager.
but as far as these minutes go,
Yeah, that's,
are you okay with them so far?
yeah, I'm requesting the change to the 50/50 on number 5.
Okay.
And I had questions about the Wiggins Construction owning land within the city that'll be impacted by the comprehensive plan, by the work that we do.
Yep. You also have a paragraph in the back.
Yeah, there's nothing about that, Stephen.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. These are beautiful. Yeah, the minutes, you guys are doing a fabulous job with the minutes.
What I would say is I don't think in this meeting we discussed Wiggins, the amount of Wiggins property and where it was.
No, we didn't.
Right.
In the last meeting, so I
Right.
wouldn't capture what we talked about in any edits to
Right.
this meeting minutes.
Right.
Just want
Right.
to be clear.
Right. I
So-
understand that. It's just when I read this, I thought, well, does he own land in the city and how much of it?
I want to say 15 acres, but
I thought you said 50.
I was guessing.
50 total. I think it's 15 within the city.
Okay, good.
Bo's got it. A total between the two of 38 acres.
That's just the Fox Run.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fox Run. So I was kind of right. But
Yeah, you're-
Fox Run, 38 acres between a couple of parcels.
Awesome.
You were right there.
Thanks, Bo.
So we're going to go back to the original motion here. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
A second.
Whoops.
All in favor?
Aye.
There you go, it's approved. Thank you. Next up. Alrighty, I understand we have a stack of public comments.
Absolutely not. For the audience, there is no one in the room, and we've had no submitted written comments.
I imagine there would have been here because of our rude party people. Alright, thank you very much, so. Review timeline, please, sir, number 7.
Oh, thank you. All right, get to it. So just to remind everybody where we're at, I think this kind of gets it moving forward, what you were kind of talking about, Chairman Caesar. Today's meeting, when we initially planned our timeline, would be completing the second half of review of the comprehensive
I understand that's what we're doing today, yes.
In the last meeting, we went through the entire comprehensive plan, pending
Alright.
any comments that you, barring any comments that you may submit subsequent to that meeting.
Okay.
As
I was late, that's why I missed it.
Right, which is okay, and I think subsequent, and I'll just summarize the response that we, as I recall, that we received from you. at the
I said
beginning
it
of the month
was, I said everything flows and it's consistent with the agenda, and I was okay with it.
Right, so I think in general, the planning and zoning board has generally said we're good with the base document
Okay.
that we reviewed in the last meeting. as amended in the last meeting.
Okay.
And Janice is still working on, the last real bit of edits that we need on that was really moving into active voice, and then the other edits that we quantified or
There were-
summarized in the meeting.
In my attachment to my email response, there were some comments in red font that
Okay.
were not, they're in the Word document, that were not, the shall and will. And I don't know if now's the time for us to be going through.
I'll be honest, I apologize. When I went through it, I thought you'd submitted all the passive voice areas,
Okay.
but what you're saying is there was more edits that you had other than the passive
Yeah,
voice.
and there's actually, and I appreciate what you're saying, and I'm
Uh-huh.
smiling because rarely do I write a summary paragraph before I submit changes, and I did this time. So it says, below, please find changes from passive to active voice for each objective or policy that I could find written in the passive voice, meaning I may have missed some. So that I would not have to retype the whole plan, I used ellipses to indicate that the sentence should continue with wording from the existing objective or policy. I also used red font for general comments. There are only a few of these.
Okay.
And we have, on page 2 of 4, U.5.12, I don't know if you want to get into this now, or would you rather do it after the minutes?
Really would be up to the chair how you want to
We've
do
already
it.
approved the minutes, so we are on number 7 right now.
Okay.
Correct, timeline review. So we're if you want, I just need to run and grab my
Good.
copy of the plan as an
Good.
edited version. I
Good,
went to
thank
bring it with me. Well loved.
Mine looks like that too. That may be mine, is that mine?
All right. I'm sorry, when I say copies of it, I've got the copy of the comprehensive plan with strikes and adds. I do not have the copy of your email, but did you want to summarize? How many are we talking about?
Just about 4 or 5, and they're pretty straightforward.
Okay.
U.5.1.2. I don't know if there's a dot between the U and the 5. That's mine. It says
So, no dots, but
No dot.
U5.1.2.
dot 2.
Okay.
Needs clarification. And I believe that it says, the city shall provide the necessary facilities to meet levels of service standards in a manner that meets federal, state, and local regulations. And I guess what I'm saying here is I didn't understand what that meant.
U5.1.2 is this pretty broad area with a table in it. It does reference Florida Administrative Code for water quality. So, but the overall needs clarification.
That's level of service,
That was my concern.
U5.1.
U5.1.2, page 36.
Okay, you know, I should have put pages on here. And then the next is, the air quality objective C 6.1. And it says the city, and this is my own ignorance, the city shall maintain minimum air quality standards established by the US EPA. And my question is, are there state air quality standards? So we might want to know that. I have no idea. It just, I don't know.
Okay. So
And-
basically, should we add in something along as will maintain the minimum air quality standards established by the US EPA and FDEP effectively?
If
Okay.
DEP actually has air quality, I have no idea.
I understand the issue. I'm with you.
All right, and then 6.2.7, I have please delete.
6276. Oh,
Yeah, I think we have that as a remove.
I do have I have a note in mine that says strike. but then of course, then I have a line next to it that says keep, so. That's not helpful, is it? So this is talking about to recharge the aquifer and conserve water resources, the city shall require the development, redevelopment permitted by the city, that is served by water. Oh, this is the whole water, air, heat pump.
You have a note,
Yeah.
you sent an email with an attachment with our water,
Mhm.
WSFWP. I'm sure what's here is addresses what's on your
And I
desk.
think in the meeting minutes, I did listen to us talk about this, and I believe we decided to strike it.
Yeah.
That was the end point of.
Yeah. And then, it was a 4-page attachment to my email, and I must have run out of paper, in my printer, so.
You were
page
going for more than 4
4,
pages?
Pardon me?
You were going for more than 4 pages?
No, I only printed 3 of the 4
Okay.
pages, but there are comments on page number 4 about, the 10 acres. And I can,
I'm just trying to understand what that is, 10 acres
I
in
think
reference to.
maybe if you look at, can you find your email, cause I replied to you?
It'll be a while before I can do that.
Okay.
But I can,
So I'll leave this open
we'll
until,
address it in
Yeah.
the edits, and we'll get back with you.
Yeah.
I apologize, I don't know.
I'll remind you,
10 acres,
not
got it.
surprisingly.
So we'll address those. Getting to what your recommendation was, Mr. Chair, I think the best way to move forward is we'll get these comments, we'll get the
Assemble all the
pass,
data.
active voice, and then bring it all together.
Yes.
And then in the June meeting is scheduled to be y'all's transmittal
Yes, that
of
is
the
the final
package to
approval,
the.
final board approval.
Right.
To the council.
Correct.
But we haven't seen all the changes to,
We have an email system. We can beg these guys to send it back.
Yes.
there may be discussion required.
Oh, I agree. I think we have that meeting, we get that all consolidated, we get it out to you, have any back and forth, but then if there's still during the June meeting.
Oh, we can move
edits,
it.
It can either, one, be approved as amended, or we can punt
Correct.
and move it to, the next meeting if we can't get to a consensus on moving it to the council.
That flexibility is much appreciated.
I don't like that idea, because I believe that pushes our approved
It moves it out of
submittal
November.
number 3 for
Yep.
the state grant.
Yep.
But that's the only thing that's putting us on a timeline, and a submittal number 3 or deliverable number 3 is due at the end of June, so. But if we run into, we can't get the consensus,
We'll do the best we
we'll
can.
request another extension if we have to.
We'll do the best we can. But that was what I was saying, is get all the data together so we can sit down with a full rough draft.
Right.
And so we can read it cover to cover for continuity and flow, make sure nothing got cut out.
And the other things in the timeline right now, at the end of this month, we will, it's a staff to state staff submission is the draft comp plan, but there's still another submittal that happens in June as well. So I still think, and it doesn't require, it's an approved version of it, it's the draft for them to start looking at. So it's deliverable number 2. And so we'll submit that at the end of the month with all edits that we have. It'll basically be the same document that we will go into the June meeting with you all. And that'll drive the submittal number 3 at the end of June. So just to re-summarize, we'll come out of this meeting, make all the edits over the next half month, submit it this month where we're at, and hit our deliverable number 2 for the grant. If I remember correctly, we've got an advertisement that says that when you all come to meet the 15th of June, that it's a public hearing for transmission to the city. We'll come together at the June 1st meeting, just by grant deliverables. We have to have a workshop at the council level. And then we'll come together in the planning and zoning board meeting on the 15th with the intent of moving the completed plan to city council.
Yep.
But once again, as we discussed, if we can't come to consensus at that point, we punt. Or delay it, to use a non-football term.
I use rugby terms.
I
Biggie.
think, having been born and raised on the 50-yard line of Doug Campbell Stadium, I fully understand football joking.
But the chair wants to hear rugby terms. I don't know. Do you punt rugby? I don't know.
I think
Yes,
you
actually we do.
Okay.
did,
We
yeah.
send it.
Yeah.
So that's generally where we're at, unless there's any questions on kind of our timeline to move forward. Last thing is, in June, the other thing, other than the completed comp plan and all these attachments that we're hanging on it today, is a comparison between the land development codes, the existing land development codes,
That's the next step.
and the comp plan. It's a deliverable for June, and so we will review that in the 15th June meetings.
So historically, we've not met in July. Do we want to maintain the option of being able to use it?
I think we can maintain that option. I don't believe we have it scheduled, but once again, I left that on my desk.
You can pick up my page for
Historically, the
Yeah.
city itself suspends meetings all across the board. I would like to keep that tradition, but we have something that is, we're hard up on a time clock, so
We could.
we can do what we can, do what we can.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you got your water plan twice, number 7.
It was just a misposting. That actually should have been the schedule that I
That's
just
fine.
covered.
Cause I have a note for page 11, we'll move it
That
down.
is the timeline that was sent out by Wendy today or yesterday. It's in a table form.
It
I
looks
did.
like.
And could we maybe get a copy of it?
I can give you mine real quick and figure out where I put it.
Yeah, because historically, the city doesn't do anything in July. We're so involved with our 4th of July celebrations that everyone's busy. But if we have to meet, we'll figure it out.
Thank you. So this isn't the same, Wendy, this isn't the same thing that you sent out in the table.
That was sent a while, like 2
We'll
months
send,
ago.
yeah, we'll send once ago.
Yeah, this is the same
It's very
timeline.
in line.
We've been talking since March.
Yeah, yeah, I have it.
You good?
Yeah, I'll meet you halfway.
Myself on the TV.
Okay, so we have the timeline review. We're gonna bump down to the property right element that was sent in our emails. Did you guys get a chance to look it over?
I did, I looked it over quickly, wondering, I was hoping that, these parts would be printed and sitting on the desk for us. Is there any way that I can get the property rights element and the water?
I can run you a quick photocopy, or when you mind. They'll have my edits, my notes on it.
Okay.
And you have the,
I'm actually sharing right now the chair's, iPad, and it has the property rights element, which was very short, so you don't have to,
You good?
yeah.
Okay. You can share all high speed with the iPad.
Thank you.
I'm all about facilitating teamwork. Any questions?
Oh, I do.
Go right ahead.
Um,
Because I was happy with it, I read it, and I was okay with it as written, so
This
if
is
anyone has
the-
anything you want to say.
As I summarize, this is verbatim from the state's recommended version.
Yes,
so this is state's recommended verbiage.
We're not required to use it, but they do have it on their website as the state's proposed example.
Okay. And as a board, are we satisfied to use the state? Why
Okay, so-
reinvent the wheel?
Yes.
so there we go. The board will entertain a motion to accept the property rights element as presented.
Okay.
All approve?
Aye. Now that
It's
we have,
unanimous.
now that we have approved the property rights element, I will say physically possessing something is an interesting combination of words. But if the state, we do not need to do anything but that which the state.
That's what I
That's
do.
good to me.
Defer
All
to
right,
higher
thank you.
authority.
All right, let's look at the water supply.
There it is. This one is several pages.
13, yeah.
So if you need to read, go ahead. So I do have a question though, it's on page 11. It's under your conservation objectives, Charlie 6.3, city to promote water conservation. To me, it's open-ended, which an open-ended question could, by less scrupulous individuals, be led to abuse. And I would like to know if we can put guardrails of some kind on there. I do understand the need for water conservation. I fully support that households attend to responsible water use. In other words, don't leave their sprinklers on all night long. things of that nature.
We received texts today of some pretty strong
I haven't
water
received
use,
Just the one-
right here, promote water conservation.
Yes.
So, actually, I was going back to make sure this wasn't Janice just summarizing
Uh-huh.
6.3, but y'all approved amended, the water conservation objective does read, the city, I think it actually should be the city shall promote water conservation. That's it.
Okay, so to me, it reads as
You want me to go through
open-ended.
this document for you?
To me, it reads as open-ended, so somebody of lesser scruples could quite literally shut off your water if they don't approve of your water usage. I would really not like anyone in the future to be able to do that to any one of our subject citizens. And that does happen in various places in the state of California. Now, yes, we're not California, but we are in a drought. The drought conditions are 2 feet under the average rainfall. And I really hate to see the water police run around here and give us citations, which they also do in Seattle. And I'm trying to avoid that mentality in our town. So do we have the option of putting guardrails up? And if so, what guardrails would we like to see?
I think the board certainly does. We would just go back and, recommended an amendment to the draft comp plan.
So this is what I would like to do then for that one. Charlie's 6.3 on page 11, make a note to it so we could do our homework and come back next month and review that. So we can continue with our workflow today.
Unless we wanted to put the guardrails in the water supply facilities work plan.
We can
instead
do
of
it.
the guardrails in the comp plan. That
Yes.
might be another way of doing it.
Yes,
Okay.
because right now I have no idea what guardrails I'm thinking about, or even put the verbiage together to make a coherent thought. No.
Might call it homework.
Yeah. That's okay, all of us are used to them. Someone said when you're done with school, you're done with homework. I laughed at him. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I reserve the right to come later.
Well, of course. Anything you would like to add? You sure?
I do have some, I did conduct a more detailed staff review, and if y'all don't mind, I'd like to speak it publicly, so that if we do, if I have Janice make any edit, or make some edits before we come back together on it,
Okay, good, thank
that
you.
I've mentioned them to you. So, the page 2 talks about water supplies and our population, and it makes a very simple assessment that since the city's population doesn't grow significantly, and CCUA's got a consumptive use permit up to 0.837 million gallons per day, then we're good. Because the city's only going to use 0.16. That I think we need to do some more look at what other users are using the water mains, CCUA water supply in the area other than just the city's population. Because I've heard the RV resorts already equal our population already. So
You've heard the
Oh, yeah.
RV resort has already what?
it surpasses the 1,500-ish population of Keystone Heights.
They got about 1,200 pads there.
Yeah. And so I think we need to do a little more staff work on what's being consumed, how much CCUA water is being consumed in the system in the area. Right now, we look at the area's consumptive use permit, and we only compare it to the city's use of that consumptive use permit, and we're missing at least another half of the consumption in the area.
Where is the city's responsibility in that? Is it simply awareness, or because RV is in Bradford County, and I see that it could certainly be impacting
Right.
the water consumption, but where's our role?
I believe it's what you said. I believe it's awareness. But it really comes down to not only awareness, but when we are, if you look at in the future how we're using this, man, I'm forgetting when somebody comes to us and says, I want to do this development, and we do have the language in here that says you've got to go to CCUA and you've got to get a document that says that before the city issues you a building permit, that they have capacity to serve your additional users. But what this doesn't analyze is what that really looks like. Because really what we're trying to see is, in this little area, we should be seeing how much of the consumptive use permit is spoken for already. And we can't really see that in this analysis.
No, this just says what we're using compared to a permit.
Right.
So does the RV park, obviously that they're using our water district and our water tables, does that, or would that cut into our permit?
I say our permit, it is.
Ours as in City of Keystone Heights, within the borders of our,
We
City.
don't have a consumptive use permit. Clay County Utility Authority has requested a consumptive use permit from St. Johns River Water Management District on behalf of the state. And that's the consumptive use permit that's referenced here. And so it's really us watching our interests and being aware of how much of CCUA's consumptive use permit is spoken for by the population it's currently serving or could be serving in the future. And having discussions with CCUA, as we should on an annual basis, of, hey, we're getting up around 0.7 of your 0.8 million gallons a day consumptive use. What are you doing? What's your, are you seeking a new consumptive use permit, or all these water supply projects that are listed later on giving additional, water to the system? But
our usage will not go up remarkably unless everybody were to turn on their faucets and go on a 3-week vacation.
Right.
So if we as CCUA were to run out of water, then that is not our problem, but we would be feeling the effects of somebody else made a mistake.
And it just goes back to being aware of it and making sure the city's having the right discussions and protecting the city's interest. And
It's huge. What you're saying is huge. This is not trivial,
Mhm.
the point that you're making right now. And I appreciate that. I also especially appreciate the way in which you're presenting it.
and to be honest, if anybody actually does watch this video, I'm sure that we're good, or CCUA would already be working on additional, and they are looking at doing different well types and tapping different portions of the aquifer. They're changing the way their configuration of how many wells they're drawing from in the area, trying to consolidate it out to Postmaster Village, which is out kind of south of Lake Geneva here. So they're watching out for proper service. I don't think when we add the information in here that we're going to disclose anything that shock you. I just think we need to show the math so that we know we're in good shape.
I think that's critical, and I appreciate it. That's a very good catch. Thank you, Manager.
You're welcome. The only other areas that I had a note on that I was going to talk with Janice.
Fingers, my claw hand.
Page 11.
That's where I was.
Yeah, it's a popular page.
If you go to recharge protection, when I was back checking these references to our comprehensive plan, and effectively we've got a circular logic argument going in with these where they basically say, or we verbally discuss it, because I'm looking at notes in my comprehensive plan, that this points to the water supply facilities work plan points to the comprehensive plan for the controls in the recharge area. When I go to my notes in here, at least I have a handwritten note where we said that we would delineate that in the water facility supply work plan.
And so it needs to be addressed.
We'll get it,
one place or
and
the
we will
other.
get the specific guidelines for how we're protecting the recharge areas in one of the two documents. And that's important because when we go through the maps, you'll see the entire city of Keystone Heights is a high recharge area. So
The whole place, yes.
kind of important.
That's why impermeable surfaces are a big deal.
And then there's some various just commas and periods on page 12 that will get cleaned up. And then the last two references, U461 and U462, I think Janice may have been referencing a different comp plan objective, either of those, because what this is discussing doesn't match up to the comp plan.
Like,
So,
on it, 'cause
like
I
a
got
cut and
it.
paste error.
So I suspect one of these numbers is off, and
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time to try and track down what it was discussing, so we'll get that reference properly. Those were the only edits that I'm gonna speak with her about.
And, okay, then the one I got about that before homework. Alright. So you're good so far?
Yes, again, I reserve the right.
Well, we're gonna, what I'm thinking, we'll,
There are gonna be some changes that are made.
no, that's what I'm saying. So what's the most appropriate thing? Should we just table water use for next time?
I'd like to do that.
I don't think y'all aren't passing a motion to accept or deny this one. I think we generally have consensus on the way forward, which is I've got some edits and comments from you all. I've got some others, and we'll get that re-edited and updated version out too.
And I would like to dive deeper into this. I found that it was both as WSFWP-1 and WSFWP-4, and I didn't know if this was the document that we would be looking at. So I'd like to take some time, not today, thank you, but you'll receive an email from me with your permission. It's a question, even though it sounds like a statement.
Yep.
You'll receive an email from me with an attachment, comments in red, and maybe even, who knows, maybe even a summary paragraph at the beginning of
Which
the.
I should pay attention to detail and read through.
I do want to, if we can see that page 4 before the end of the meeting, I do apologize for not counting the number of pages that came off of my print, but it is an attachment to you. And Wendy, I think you may have been on that as well.
Oh, I've definitely got it.
Thank you, because I want to kind of tie that in a bow and not have that hanging over my head, if you don't mind.
I will have a hard time finding it. I mean, I've got it, I file everything, but how long it takes me to go through my filing system and pull the document back up. I don't know, Bo, do you have access to your email? Is Bo back there? Actually, when we get Bo back up here, I'll ask him to go through, because you've courtesy copied Bo, so I'll ask him to pull it up.
I'm sorry, should you be on those then? Always, shouldn't you?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Well, what we try to do in general, because all the different boards and
Minimize,
committees,
yeah.
is have one kind of lead. Wendy does that. Wendy's the Bo of the Heritage Commission, so they all work with Wendy.
Got it.
Bo's on our copies for you all,
Right.
just to keep me straight, and I'm on all of it. Hey Bo, can you pull Dr. Robbins' remarks to us on the edits?
Should be around the 24th of April, maybe the 25th. The document's dated 24th of April,
And what we're looking for specifically is her
page 4.
page 4 comments. It should be the last of the edits other than active passive voice. And
And I think back to that active passive, I think it wouldn't be, I think it might be prudent for us to say, for the purpose of this document, shall and will are interchangeable, because they do have different definitions in many worlds, and depending on who's reading the document, if we put it up front, the word shall and will are interchangeable, because we came to an agreement on that last time.
yeah, I think last time, my understanding of the discussion, it was a general agreement without actually editing that into the
Right.
comprehensive plan.
Well-
What you're proposing is for the water supply
No.
facilities work plan.
No, actually, it's for the comprehensive plan.
Okay.
That we just make a I don't know where your summary document is, where your introductory page is, but in that introductory page, you don't have to use these words, but I'm throwing the words out. You can use better words if you have them, and I'm sure that you do. For the purpose of the comprehensive plan, the words shall and will are interchangeable. Simply stated, because for many plans, the word shall and will are not interchangeable, and people will read those thinking that they have a meaning that they brought to the table that's different from ours. So if we put it out there, the color green and blue are the same.
I'm not the accepting or denying. I think that's a discussion for you all, however you all want to go.
I am happy to accept Dr. Robbins' recommendation as
Thank
stated.
you. Thank you.
This is her workspace. I just happen to steer the ship.
Okay.
Believe it on our maps, correct?
Yes, sir.
I have it pulled up. So what are we talking about with these maps? They are kind
It
of
is-
very informative.
If you have any concerns with them, or any questions, we can address them. The first one in the deck is the aquifer recharge area, just for the public. All of Keystone Heights is the same color, green.
Are all of them, but all these maps gonna be included into the 2026 comprehensive plan?
At various locations in
I
the
understand.
appropriate area. It'll be embedded into the document.
Where
Thanks.
did they come from?
These, this one is, if I remember correctly, because I asked Janice about, well, I take that back. I'm not sure where the data on this high recharge area is, but I believe it's St. John's River Water Management District.
Most likely, because they have the water.
I know the vegetation one that's in here is,
Yeah, here, source.
oh, there's the sources.
Yep. Yeah, we always look for sources. One that I am most concerned about for our friends down on Nelson's Point. You're within the 100-year floodplain.
Yeah, any questions on the high recharge area?
No.
Then we're on to the floodplain, which you were not discussing.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have 150-year-old oak trees
I ain't worried.
within that flood zone. so
You
I
shouldn't be
think
worried.
that's a kind of-
So I don't have any, this is pretty straightforward. Actually, I'm pretty straightforward
I'm
with all of them. Do you
accepting, I'm
have,
accepting
I
that.
think the maps are.
Yeah, I
you
think.
you don't have any questions on any of
I'd
them?
like to go through each one of them.
We are. But I am, my back is to this.
Put your back to me, put your back to me, cause I can poke
So
on
you
it.
have your, so you have the maps already, or you have every one I got?
Almost, I didn't have that grade one.
Then we'll go this way.
Oh,
She
good,
got it.
yeah, good.
So we got the 100-year floodplain. I have no comments. Carol has no comments. Any comments? Awesome. Move on to the next one, which is the.
Future traffic circulation?
Yep. I mean, nothing changes because the roads never
Thank you
move.
so
My copies are jammed, so I got two copies right now.
On the page 44, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bo.
So the arteries never move. I got no comment.
I'm curious about level of service D and level of service C. I know that that's meaningful because I think our planner was talking about that last week. Maybe we could define, I don't know if it's defined in the text.
I'm sure there's some big state paragraph that summarizes it, but we can do that. We can, I'll add this to the list and talk with Janice about it.
Thank you, standalone. Often it's important
I'm
for
sure.
folks not to have to go
I'm sure it's
hunting
vehicular
for
traffic.
whatever that means.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right, is that all we have for that one, right?
Yes.
All right, so you got the note for future city traffic. The next one is wellhead protection. We have exactly one, and it is up at the top of the.
We're actually researching this. I spoke with not St. John's River, CCUA, Clay County Utility Authority. Their initial read is that this well has been abandoned. They're no longer using this well.
That's not the main well for us.
No, like, as I was talking about, the main water supply point now is out at Postmaster Village.
Oh.
So they're double checking this, but there may be a chance that we do not have any wellheads in Keystone Heights city limits.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Well, even so, we're not allowed to put any development within the 500-foot radius.
Thank you.
Well, that's of an active wellhead. And so I would think that what this would effectively do, if that is a abandoned wellhead and no longer utilized, I've actually told CCUA we'd like that transferred back to the city for city use. And what this would effectively do is remove constraints on development in that area for a situation that is non-existent, i.e. an active wellhead. I don't know if there's anything that would change in what we're doing out there, but it would not require the protection of this area within 500 feet.
Which it isn't, currently it's not protected within 500 feet.
It would be. If someone tried to do anything in this area that required a permit, we would review those. There's a list of about 15 things that had to be reviewed when you're within 500 feet, and we would not allow those activities.
HBR water tower, by the way.
That's correct. I recall it. When there actually was a water tower. I did not climb it though.
City of Keystone Heights, existing and future recreational facilities, there are 6 of them listed. Nelson has one, but it doesn't have a number by it.
We talked about some of these before. You'll just see that they're city parcels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
also.
and it gets at that future recreation facilities.
Mhm.
The ones that are listed are actually utilized as recreation facilities. Other ones have the potential as they are unutilized, undeveloped city parcels.
Unmaintained.
That is correct about most of our stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
Comments, questions on that one? Comments, questions on that one? No. Okay, we're moving on. Sanitary sewer connections.
I would like some translation on this one, certainly.
Go ahead.
This just is where in the city of Keystone Heights are parcels connected to the sanitary sewer. So
There's an existing sanitary sewer.
and there's a connection at each of these dots.
Okay, all right.
And the next map, which we're still editing, actually lists and shows where those sewer lines are
Okay,
located.
all right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Happens to be down right here. And I believe the edits to this have also included pipe diameters and various sizes.
Oh, you're talking about sewer lines?
Service lines?
Yep.
You're requesting pipe diameter?
No. He published the paper and handed it out to us last week.
Yeah, so in the septic to sewer discussion, there's certainly much more information. What we're waiting for, I noticed it's like there were some areas on these sewer mains that didn't connect and eventually get to the sewer main, the wastewater treatment plant. And so what we figured out was that we were missing a layer. We have on here we have all the gravity mains.
Right.
What we're not seeing is the pressure mains. And so once we get that layer in there, Janice gets this updated, all of these lines will connect in some form and get all the way out behind the old Hitchcocks to the wastewater treatment plant, which does not show on this. So this is still being amended.
Here's your potable water connections is the next one. Everywhere where there was once or is currently a usable water source.
These are tapped into these Clay County Utility Authority water mains.
I got no comment.
I'm accepting this.
You don't have a choice because it is.
I could go, double check
Yeah,
on
no,
these
good.
dots, but I'm
It's
gonna.
all yours. The
I'm
next
gonna
map
accept
is
that.
the underground water service pipe.
Correct.
And I have
That's
no
the
reason,
map I had.
I have no reason to challenge it. There it is. There's your legend right there.
Is this our land?
Nope. Nope, city limits is the beige.
Well, why are we including these in potable water?
Because that's just,
Oh,
layer
that's just
of-
the data layer that we received from Clay County Utility Authority has that information in it.
Mhm.
So we just include that?
Yes.
And we
It
understand.
would be too much work to try and go through and delete it out because
You could erase it.
it's just a GIS
In the old
layer.
days, we could have, yeah,
I'm sure we could, but it's just a flat GIS layer we
That's
received from
fine.
CCUA. So
fine with me.
Yep, and the last page is wetlands vegetation. Do you have that one? Yes, you do.
I must have printed out a different, attachment.
there was an earlier version that I sent out.
Which didn't have a couple of these.
And about a week later, Janice got me a few more, so I combined them all and
Shallow
sent them out
marsh,
again,
deep
I
marsh,
believe.
wet prairie.
Most of the areas that are identified are in the Nelson's Point area,
Yeah, there's one up off.
and then a small one up
Have
by
you
Fox
guys
Run.
walked this down here, or or is this just coming straight off of the
This is-
website?
Well, I asked Janice about this, because in my opinion, particularly the little red area off Nelson's Point, I'm like, that's lake bed.
Exactly.
However, she
And it's in
said,
the 100-year floodplain.
It's certainly not walkable.
but she said, it's direct from St. John's River Water Management District data sources, and she's a little leery of editing any of that. This is the information that St. John's River Water Management District maintains.
So, okay. So the answer is no, we have not walked this.
No, I'm sorry. I take that back. Yes, I have walked these areas, but not with the intent of verifying if it's wet prairie or shallow marsh. Except I haven't walked the Foxwood area. I've walked all this stuff around Nelson's Point based on the Lake Geneva project.
So what I'm hearing, would it be appropriate for us to okay as amended, the map section?
Well, I think we need to.
There's a few things that we need to work through,
No, I think we'll keep working on
Yeah,
it.
we don't wanna approve that.
so we don't want to approve it yet?
I
I'm asking what's appropriate, I'm sorry.
I don't think you either need to.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have other feedback that we haven't received or didn't get in this meeting, let us know. If not, we will continue to edit in the areas that I indicated we're gonna edit.
I also want to tell you how much I appreciate your flexibility on the dates, because these conversations get my juices running, and it does then bring about these comment pages and my own comments, so that's very kind of you. I would like to see, we have the sources, I'm just looking at this one with the wetlands vegetation.
Mhm.
Sources, ESRI, I don't know who that is, I know Tom.
That's, Arc Pro's, parent company.
Okay, so we don't have the St. Johns River Water Management
Yeah,
District listed here.
I've noticed that when Janice is referencing her sources, it's the map background data.
Yeah.
And so,
It's just the
I'll talk with her on, maybe putting the source, maybe in the legend area where she's done before on some of these other ones for, source, Clay County Utility
And-
Authority.
If we could actually find the document based on the source information, so like if there's a link or something that could take us there, or a page, a document page or something like that, because St. Johns River Water Management District is a building I drive by quite frequently. And if I walked in and said, where do I find this? They may not be able to help me.
To some extent, it's hard for us even to get some of this source data, particularly when you're talking about water mains. They're pretty protective of that. CCUA.
So that actually could be the, your source then would be CCUA what?
Our source that we would list is just a CCUA GIS data
Okay.
layer or something like that.
Okay,
Well, we probably would not be able to put an active link to that information.
okay.
We'll
And they
look at some of this and maybe we can.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Link, I almost hesitated, because it's difficult to maintain them, because they come and they go. You know, how many times have you clicked on something and it's an error page? So links may not be. If there are still pages and chapters and that sort of stuff, that would be helpful.
We'll refine the source information as
Thank
much as we can.
Okay. So let's look at page, can we go back to 4.4 or we finished period on?
Do whichever you wish, because we are on action items.
Okay. There are 3 comments in red on 4.4. CI 9.3, the objective is missing, that's on the top of page 57. And, CI 9.4.3, did you get a page 4 in color with the red?
I think, Bo, you may have, I'm sorry, I have 2 copies of 2 of 4. I've got 1 of 4, 2 of 4, and then I've just got another copy of 2. Thanks, brother. Sorry,
Not to
I'm sure I
worry.
sit there looking at like.
You guys
takes
have
care of the-
accommodated me much more than I've accommodated you. So I can-
All right, so we're on 4 of 4, reference again?
Yes, the first CI 9.3, the objective is missing, or I didn't see it.
Let me just go to that real quick.
Sounds like a hot spot.
CI 9.3, we do have an objective that reads, Keystone Heights shall manage its fiscal resources to ensure the provision of needed capital improvements.
Is that on the top of page 57?
It is.
And it's the objective?
It is the objective.
9.3?
Yes, ma'am. And there's some strike-throughs in it. I just read you the retained
Okay.
portion of it.
All right. And then CI 9.4.3, there was a proposed addition of 10 acres, and I removed it from both. So the proposed wording is, the city shall require an analysis of public infrastructure that be used to support proposed development for future land use, including changing the future land use map. The 10 acres were not in the original comprehensive plan.
Oh, and you're saying strike it?
Yep.
So, okay, so you're making it more, you're saying any future land use amendment should be reviewed effectively is your proposal.
Yep, which is the original, I believe.
That would be
Yeah,
fair.
I think that the 10 acres were added.
So, I'm sorry, because y'all are looking at this. So,
Right here.
as it was edited, it says, so CI 943 is future land use amendments as amended by us in this round currently says over 10 acres, including those changing the future land use map for over 10 acres, of over 10 acres shall include an analysis of public infrastructure required to support any proposed development. And what Dr. Robbins is proposing is just to strike the 10 acres and review any land use amendments.
Well, actually, it's maybe even more than that. I'm suggesting we not add the 10 acres because in the original comprehensive plan, the one we're working off of, I know that that's not the original, so I'm not suggesting striking, I'm suggesting that we not add.
Correct, you're right,
Okay,
because
thank you.
I'm thinking striking what we've edited, but what you're saying is just leave it how it used to be and not create a reduced, I got you.
Okay, thank you.
Any, good for y'all?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So, C. 3.
And you guys are doing an excellent job here. I don't know that I said that often enough.
Only 4 or 5 years.
Have I said that 4 or 5 times? Good. And we're on the record. Then the very last statement, I started getting into the public school element, and I remembered that, that's actually the that's the school board verbiage, and why do we even have that in there?
We had a discussion of striking it, and Janice mentioned in the last meeting that because the county has included it, and I don't remember the specifics or why, but effectively the municipality
They have it, we
should
should have
inherit
it.
and keep it.
Yeah, she said they have it, we should have it. That's,
Okay.
that was
All
some
right.
of it.
So I didn't even look at that because I probably feel like I needed to rewrite the whole bloody thing, and I didn't want to have that.
We don't have the authority
We
to
don't
rewrite
have,
it.
yeah, it's not ours, it's not
No.
ours, okay.
It's kind of like, I said, well, not maybe, we don't own the water facility supply plan truly, we just have to have awareness of it to some extent. you know?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So action items, obviously we've discussed action items, got the running log of action items, so we shall clear this up. Is there any other action items that we have for the staff or staff has for us?
I don't have any more action
Silence equals consent.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Alright, time for board comments.
I have no more than I shared thus far.
No other comments.
Do you have any comments for the board?
Other than the next meeting scheduled, if I remember correctly, on the 15th of June.
15th
Yes.
of June.
The Ides of June.
Shakespeare didn't have that.
Yeah. Yeah, we do here in Keystone.
Alrighty, I shall, gavel us adjourn. Actually, the
There's a
motion,
gavel, but I think that belongs to
Good.
someone else.
the board will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I vote aye.
You have the second.